Hello everyone, welcome to volume 5 of Church with Jess. That's me. Thank you so much for tuning in another week for this really powerful earth reading that hopefully will help you get through these trying times and these times of slowness and help you gain more clarity and just have a better understanding of yourself and of our planet. And I really do hope that this is helping you. So with that said, let's just jump right into it. We're back on the Peace Oracle. I did a 3-card reading, past, present, and future. So let's begin. I'll try not to keep you for almost 2 hours like I did last week, but thank you for watching if you did tune in. That's awesome. So the first card represents past influences, which means just things that have kind of led up to this point that we're in now. So the card that I drew for past influences is Everlasting Life. Give you a second to just take in the image. Trees, my favorite thing, one of my favorite things. So everlasting life. We are made wise not by the recollection of our past, but by the responsibility for our future. George Bernard Shaw. In your beautiful life story, you are at a blank page between yesterday and tomorrow. Today, there is no script. Right now, there are no rules. In all ways, there is only love. Let the wisdom of the past and the vision of a peaceful future be your guide. The divinatory meaning for the Everlasting Life card is build on what you already know. It is not how you learned, but what you learned that is important. Turn your spills into life skills. Direct your rich experience toward an enriching future. And the affirmation for this card is, I value my past, my present, and my potential. The pain of the past has no claim on me. It prepares me. Yesterday's lessons are foundations for greater tomorrows. I embrace my history and elevate my future. All that I am lovingly supports all that I seek to be. I think it's so interesting that we chose that card as in our past influence, just because I think it speaks a lot about our past and our history. And I made some notes to talk about on that. And so let me just start by saying you always want to start with a question or just what you have in mind that you want to gain clarity on. And so the question that I meditated on while I was drawing these cards was, I've been hearing a lot about how governments are going to start reopening their communities, and I've just been thinking about that a lot and what that means. And how, we're going to go about doing that safely so there is not just like complete chaos everywhere. So my question is, and I've been a bit conflicted about things, but without getting like too into that or like into theories or politics or anything like that. I have been conflicted, but whether it's the right thing to do or not. So my question while I was meditating on these cards was, will reopening our communities benefit the total well-being of mankind for the greater good? So back to talking about the past and the past influences and everlasting life. We should always remember our past so that we can learn from it, but we should not allow it to define us. In these past few weeks, many of us have had the time to search within ourselves to find our true meaning. Moving forward will be a test on if we can truly change our ways to pave a path for a better future. This time that we've had, I think most of this started for us like around mid-March. So it's now been like over almost 6 weeks, which has been just a great time for reflection and to search within yourself, and to just make changes with your habits, your routines. It's just a beautiful time for that. There's just this great shift going on. And, we have to always be able to look back on this time that we've had so that we can find the lessons in it and, not be doomed to just repeat it over again because we didn't educate our future generations about what is happening right now. I think it's so important. And I'm, hearing a lot about this Spanish influenza that happened, I think it was back in 1918, around that time. And I, not that I was the best student in the world, but I don't ever remember learning anything about this in school. At least in the public school system. I have no recollection of this. If it was even mentioned at all in history books, it must have been very brief. So it's like we did go through this before in a similar way, and it seems like we didn't learn anything from it because now we're here and we're completely unprepared for something like this, when if it's something that's happened in our past, like you'd think we would have learned and taken lessons from it and been better prepared today to face this. So what we have to do now is talk about this, don't push it under the rug, learn from it, teach our children about it so they can teach their children about it, and so on. And that way we always know, like, how do we prepare ourselves if something like this ever were to happen again, 100 years from now when we're all long gone. We should be able to just have better resources to deal with something like this. So anyways, basically learn from your past. Find the lessons. There's a lesson in everything, and it might not be clear what that lesson is, right away. Of course not. It takes self-reflection. It takes meditation, and just mindfulness to really catch the lessons, and use those lessons to get to the next level, to better yourself, to get on the path of what you're truly meant to do and be in this world, in this lifetime. So those are my thoughts on everlasting life. So the next card, which would be the middle card, which represents the situation right now, our present day, and the card I drew is creation. I'm so attracted to the images on this deck. I think that's one of the reasons that I was drawn to it. So creation, let me tell you a little bit about that. For it isn't enough to talk about peace. One must believe in it. And it isn't enough to believe in it. One must work at it. Eleanor Roosevelt. I love that quote. So true. Creativity is a goddess with a life of her own. She is the indefinable and unpredictable power of the universe. Every act, no matter how small, is one of creation. Be conscious of your actions and all they manifest. Each act of creativity gives rise to another. The divinatory meaning of creation. A period of intense creativity and productivity brings your plans and dreams to fruition. Concentration and concentration and completion, a tangible result. Throw yourself into an endeavor. Your ingenuity will inspire others. And isn't it such a time for that? For throwing ourselves into an endeavor? The affirmation on this card is, creative abundance flows through me. I have limitless energy and inspiration to give to my heart's desires. My positive actions bring joy, health, and wealth. With every action, I am creating a better world for myself and others. I create great change. My actions bring peace. I love that. And that's what we've been talking about over these weeks. This is the volume 6, so 6 weeks. Matcha, my favorite. I made a lemon simple syrup. It's really fresh and bright. Okay, so a little, some notes on the creation card, which is our present situation, what's at hand right now, which is a result of the past. We are quite literally experiencing this time of intense creativity and creation. We are literally being handed the opportunity to make our world better for all of humanity. We manifest our desires, and this is the time for manifestation of great things. We have a choice on what we want to bring to the table, so to speak. We are being called to bring love, light, and peace into the world. These are times of darkness, but they will get brighter. It's up to us to make that happen. Gaia is a living, breathing thing, and we can work with her or against her. She is calling us, giving us one last chance to work with her. Can we make the changes that we need to? Can we stop thinking with the ego so that we can truly understand the importance of treating our planet with respect and teaching our children and our children's children so that we can all bask in the radiance that is Gaia? We are all capable. We are so provided for. It's time to show a little respect. So yeah, I think right now, it's such a perfect time to create. And you don't have to be an artist to create something. It can be the smallest thing. It can be just eating meals at the dinner table as a family. What are you creating there? All these little actions will create a better world for everyone. These acts of love and kindness and humanity. We've been in this intense time of just hatred and fear and anger and loathing, and we've been against each other. We've been in just, I think, more against each other than we have been in a long time. There's this great divide, and united we stand, divided we fall. And if we don't, we need to find some unity to grow and thrive, or else we're just stagnant and nothing is ever going to get accomplished. So in this time, we talked about the past and how we've been given this opportunity to grow and learn and search within and meditate and meditation, prayer, whatever it is that works for you to look inside of yourself and figure out what your purpose is, what's your calling, why are you here in this life, what are you meant to do. And I know those are deep, like burning thoughts, but it really is possible to gain clarity on all of those things if you just search within yourself. And I think, there is a lot of ugly, like, you can't hide that. The truth is that there's a lot of sadness and grief happening right now. There's sickness. There's a lot of people that are being affected by this, negatively. But I think also there's going to be a lot of beauty that comes out of this. And I'm so interested to see all of the beautiful creations that are birthed from this time of slowness and stillness. I really, really think that, we have such potential to really better ourselves and better the planet and just better the entire world through our own creations and manifestations, our own positive manifestations, because you can manifest negative as well. If you can manifest positive, you can manifest negative. So, those things that you want, your desires, your thoughts, like, you can manifest them into reality. And I think it's such a great time for that, and we're being given this time to do just that, so that we can hopefully come out the other side of this into the light and really have made those little changes within ourselves, or those big changes, depending on what you need and how far along you are on this journey. Hopefully, and I think what the end game is for this time that we're going through is that we are just better as a race, as a human race, as as a planet, that we can clean things up and we can get back on track, and we can stop relying so much on big industries and things like that, and we can get back to a more sense of like local community, organic, just treating our Earth Mother with so much more love and respect. I think that is the ultimate goal. So I hope that you all are doing that work that you need to do, so that we can all get to that place of love. So the final card is the future, or the outcome, as a result of all these other things that we've talked about. And for that, I chose, which I think this is a beautiful card, Heart Space. Beautiful card to meditate on. I love that, I don't know if all the cards are, I don't think they are, but every single card that we chose is an image of a tree. I just noticed that. This is a tree, and they all have hearts. Love. Look at that. A tree with hearts. Creation. A tree with heart. Look at the heart in the center of the tree trunk. And our final one, Heart Space. Again, a tree with a giant heart. That says so much to me just about everything that we've been talking about over these weeks, and about love and loving our planet, loving Gaia, treating her with respect, hugging trees. It's so beautiful. You can completely reset your body by just sitting against a tree with your spine against a tree. We're all one. It's all connected, and just try it. It's amazing. Trees are so wonderful. So wonderful. We need to protect them. So heart space, let me read what it says about the card in this little guidebook, and then I will go over my notes, and then we'll wrap it up. Heart space. The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart. Helen Keller. A small flame of the divine is alive in your heart, longing to reconnect to the greater self. Honor this calling and be guided home to love, truth, and brilliance. Follow this path back to you. Step into your heart, cherish that space, and walk out in peace. The divinatory meaning. No one knows you better than you do. The person who knows what is best for you right now is you. You know who you are in your dreams. Pursue greatness. The affirmation. My heart is my home. It's the hearth of my soul. My heart is my comfort, my warmth, my strength, and my courage. My heart knows me and drives me to be all that I am. I know what is best for me. And I think we all do. We all truly know what is best for us. And I think we tend to look to other people for guidance, to look to our groups for guidance, or to tell us who we are. But nobody can tell us who we are except for our own selves, because deep inside, we already know the answer to that. We do. And, searching within and meditation is just helping you to figure out who that is. It's already within you, though. So I made some notes on that card as well. Heart space. We have to reconnect to our greater selves before we can reconnect with the world on a physical level. This is what we have been called to do. All of the advances in society, technology, industry have caused us to forget who we are and why we are here. What is our true purpose? We can discover this when we search within. The answer lives within our hearts, heart space. No one knows you better than you do. We cannot define ourselves in a group. A lot of people are struggling now because they don't know who they are outside of their group. The current situation is calling us to look within, to become comfortable sitting alone with ourselves and our minds. If we can do that, then we can move together into a future where we truly know ourselves and what our greater purpose is. And in knowing ourselves, we can move to creating a better world for all of the greatness to come. So, yeah, I think that was just kind of reiterating on what I just said before this about how, we are the only ones who truly know who we are. We are the only ones that sit with our inner voice. Nobody else can hear that. So it's so important to have that time of reflection and just sitting with yourself and just being with yourself, even if you only get 5 minutes to do that, even if you have to do it while you're like in the bathroom on the toilet, because you don't have any other time to yourself. It's so important to discover who we truly are so that we know who we were meant to be. And I think if more of us do that, I think we'll really realize that, certain things in this world that we have created as humans are just like detrimental to us, and are not really helping us fulfill our purpose or the greater good. And I think, if more of us know that and more of us become aware and in tune with that, we can really truly make the changes that we need to make to come out of this better and for this world to just be a better place for all of us. We have to stop being so fueled by money and greed, and really learn what the true wonders and beauties of this world are, and our true powers of, being human and what we're capable of doing as humans. We've done a lot of destruction to this planet, to our oceans, to our animals, to our environment, to our air quality, and I think this is our chance to get back to what matters, to change the way that we do things, just to have a cleaner planet, a cleaner air quality, a better quality of life, not for just us, but every single being and organism on this planet, because we all work together. We're all connected. Gaia is a living, breathing entity, and we're all part of it. We're all part of it. The reason that a tree can reset your body is because we are trees. We're all connected. We're all energy. So just, we have the power to make the change. So I won't keep you too much longer. I'll give you a break from my ramblings. I do appreciate you being here again, for those of you that are following me and are attending church every Wednesday, or whenever it is that you catch up with these videos. So remember at the beginning I asked the question, will reopening our communities benefit the total well-being of mankind for the greater good? And my answer, my long-winded answer, so bear with me, this is just what I summed up from the reading, from all the meanings of the cards and the images, and the trees and everything that I'm seeing, and from my own searching within. The answer truly lies within. As our parks, beaches, and establishments start to reopen, many of us are going to make a mad dash for these places because we haven't taken the time to sit with ourselves and work out what is best for our total well-being. There's a lot of anger and ego. Before running out as soon as something reopens, ask yourself, do I need this? Will this benefit me? Ask your heart and nothing else. In this great energy shift, we are being taught to do without. We don't need all the stuff, because the stuff doesn't truly matter. We are going to have to change the way we live and think as a society. The thing that will benefit our communities and our well-being in the long run will be to do the self-work and be able to see the world with new eyes. And that will generally create a better quality of life for everyone. And we'll be able to finally save the planet. So, yeah, I just think, and don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to, things gradually reopening. Everyone wants to get back to, just going out and living our lives. For sure, we want to get back to work. I can't wait. I miss doing events and weddings and parties for all my clients. It's my passion, and I'm so fortunate to be able to make a living doing something that I absolutely love. I miss hugs. I miss hugs the most. I am a hugger. I love giving real hugs to people and getting real hugs from people, real, meaningful hugs. So yeah, I really would love to be able to do that again. I hug trees. That's powerful too, just aligning your spine with a tree. Hugging a tree for 20 minutes you'll feel so good. So anyways, like, yes, of course, I'm not opposed to like things reopening, and I know a lot of businesses are hurting right now. My industry is hurting a lot, you know, especially the little guys, like myself, and you know, I know that I'll bounce back. I'm a caterer, like I'll be fine. I don't have, you know, a brick and mortar establishment. But anyways, I just hope, I think, you know, if things just open and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I gotta get out of my house, I'm going crazy. Why are you going crazy? You know, ask yourself that, and ask yourself what's stopping you from just slowing down and looking within. What are you afraid of? You know, I think it's important, and I've been saying that, I've been preaching that all these weeks, how important it is to just search within ourselves, to find our true selves and what we're truly meant to do on this planet and in this life. You know, we all have a purpose here. I don't think we're random. We definitely have a purpose, and we should all take this time to explore it. Like the middle card said, create the world that you want to live in. And if we are gonna reopen things, let's make it the best that it can be for everyone, so that everyone benefits in a positive way from this. Let's not all make a mad dash to the parks and the beaches and the trails as much as I am craving. As I'm an earth sign, and I am craving just being in nature and camping, and I'm stuck in this concrete valley, which I love, but I crave nature, and I can't wait to go camping. But I'm gonna be smart about it, you know, and I'm not gonna make a mad dash to do that. Because, you know, if all of us are just making a mad dash to get out and go places, we are going to create chaos. And from chaos will come more chaos. When we really, really, really need to shift into times of peace and love and understanding and unity. So I think it will create the opposite effect that we need in this world. So just, you know, all I'm asking is just be wise about your decisions, and think about not just how it'll affect you, but how it'll affect your community, your city, your state, your country, the whole world. Just think about that when you make your choices. And just ask yourself, just know that a lot of people are going to be rushing out to get things, to do things. So just ask yourself, do I need this? Do I need this right now, or can it wait? And if it can wait, then I urge you to wait and be wise. And everyone out there, just take care of our planet, take care of yourselves. Please don't litter. If you see trash, pick it up and put it in the trash can. Our earth is so beautiful, and she deserves to just shine in all her glory. And, you know, humans just leave such a trail, a paper trail of trash and destruction and debris. Let's be more responsible, because we truly can eventually get to the other side of this, and this world can just be so much better for everyone. We have the power within ourselves, so let's tap into that power, and let's just spread that love and joy and positivity around. Spread it to everyone who needs it, who is struggling to find it. We are a great community, and we can lift each other up, and we can help each other, and we can truly make this world a better place. So I'll leave you on that note. Until then, I will see you next week. Meditate, do your prayers, whatever it is that helps you look within yourself and figure out who you are. Until we meet again, namaste. I will see you next time for Volume 7. Bye.